Black holes aren't holes at all. They are incredibly dense points in space where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. But what makes black holes so fascinating isn't just their intense gravity. It's the mystery that surrounds their true nature. Black holes are formed when massive stars collapse under their own gravity, creating a singularity, a point of infinite density. Black holes have an event horizon, which is the boundary beyond which nothing can escape. Once you cross this point, even light is trapped forever. This makes them invisible, detectable only through their effects on nearby stars and gas. Black holes can even warp time and space around them, according to Einstein's theory of general relativity. If you were to get close to a black hole, time would slow down drastically compared to someone far away, a phenomenon known as time dilation. Some black holes are believed to be the size of a small city, but have the mass of millions of suns. The largest known black holes are called supermassive black holes, and they sit at the centers of most galaxies, including our own Milky Way. These giants can have masses equivalent to billions of suns and play a crucial role in the formation and evolution of galaxies. Despite our growing understanding, black holes still remain one of the most mysterious and exciting phenomena in the universe.
32 seconds into the flight.
Did you know that the moon landing was made possible with less computing power than your smartphone? Let's explore the secret fun facts of our world. In 1969, NASA sent astronauts to the moon with computers that had less processing power than a modern smartphone. Imagine navigating to the moon using something weaker than your old Nokia phone. The Apollo guidance computer had only 64 kilobytes of memory, while your smartphone has millions of times more power. And yet, they made it to the moon and back, proving that human ingenuity and determination can conquer any challenge, no matter how primitive the technology might seem today. Archaeologists found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that were over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. Honey never expires. It's the closest thing we have to an immortal food. Thanks to its unique chemical composition and the work of hardworking bees, honey naturally preserves itself. So next time you see a jar in your pantry, remember, it's not just a sweet treat, it's a taste of eternity.
Cleopatra, the Egyptian queen known for her power and wealth, supposedly held one of the most expensive feasts in history to prove her luxury knew no limits. She allegedly dissolved a massive pearl in vinegar and drank it. Some say Cleopatra wanted to demonstrate that her wealth could outshine anyone. True or partially legend, Cleopatra's pearl banquet is remembered as one of the boldest displays of luxury ever.
In 1950, the Shah of Persia threw one of the most luxurious banquets of the modern age in the ancient ruins of Persepolis to celebrate 2,500 years of Persian heritage. With a guest list full of royals and dignitaries from around the world, the cost of the food alone was astronomical. Surrounded by the beauty of ancient ruins, this banquet was a national display of grandeur, a true feast for the ages.
One of the world's wealthiest rulers, Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah of Brunei, celebrated his 50th birthday in 1996 with a party that cost over $27 million. The event included a massive banquet, fireworks, and performances by global stars. Known for his gold-encrusted palace and private collection of luxury cars, the Sultan's 50th birthday was a legendary display of wealth and extravagance.
Discovered in 1922, Tutankhamun's tomb is one of the most famous archaeological finds of all time. Hidden in Egypt's Valley of the Kings, it remained untouched for over 3,000 years. Inside, archaeologists found over 5,000 artifacts, including a gold sarcophagus, jewelry, and even a dagger made from meteoritic iron. But the tomb also sparked one of history's great mysteries, the so-called Curse of the Pharaohs. Shortly after its discovery, members of the excavation team began dying under mysterious circumstances. While many believe the deaths were coincidences, the legend of the curse still fascinates. Adding to the intrigue, Tutankhamun's mummy revealed that the young pharaoh likely suffered from multiple health issues, including a clubfoot and malaria. Despite his short reign, his tomb remains a stunning testament to the wealth and artistry of ancient Egypt.
In 1991, hikers in the Alps stumbled upon a body frozen in the ice. It turned out to be Ötzi, a man who lived over 5,000 years ago during the Copper Age. His well-preserved remains, along with his clothing and tools, have provided an unprecedented glimpse into prehistoric life. Ötzi carried a copper axe, a bow, and arrows, and wore a fur hat and grass-lined shoes to survive the harsh mountain conditions. But Ötzi's death is one of his biggest mysteries. He had a flint arrowhead lodged in his shoulder and deep cuts on his hand, suggesting he was violently attacked. Even more intriguing are his tattoos. Over 60 marks on his body that researchers believe were used for pain relief, possibly an early form of acupuncture. Ötzi's stomach contents revealed his last meal, grain and ibex meat, showing how he relied on both farming and hunting. Every detail of Ötzi's life and death tells us more about the resilience and resourcefulness of early humans.
In the cold soils of Scandinavia, archaeologists have unearthed burial ships that reveal the fascinating beliefs of the Viking people. These ships, often buried with warriors, contained weapons, tools, and even animals like horses and dogs, meant to accompany the deceased into the afterlife. One of the most famous finds is the Oseberg ship, discovered in Norway, which was remarkably well preserved and included intricate carvings and textiles.
Recent research has revealed another surprise. Some Viking graves belong to women who held high-ranking roles, possibly even warriors. These discoveries challenge the long-held belief that Viking society was entirely male-dominated, showcasing the complex and egalitarian aspects of their culture.
Did you know that Napoleon, one of the greatest military leaders in history, was once defeated by rabbits? In one of the most bizarre and unexpected events of his life, Napoleon Bonaparte, famed for his military prowess and conquests, after concluding peace treaties, Napoleon decided to relax with his officers by organizing a rabbit hunt. Expecting it to be a fun day outdoors, his chief of staff, Berthier, collected a large number of rabbits. Some say it was as many as 3,000. However, there was a catch. The rabbits were mostly domesticated. As the hunt began and the rabbits were released, something extraordinary happened. Instead of running in fear, the rabbits turned and charged directly at Napoleon and his entourage. Far from being timid, they surrounded the men, hopping onto them and creating chaos. The domesticated rabbits saw the humans as sources of food rather than threats, thinking they were about to be fed. The scene quickly descended into absurdity as Napoleon and his men found themselves fleeing from waves of enthusiastic bunnies. It's ironic that the man who dominated Europe for over a decade could not handle a group of hungry rabbits. This event is a funny reminder that even the greatest figures in history can have their moments of unexpected hilarity. Oxford University, known today as one of the oldest and most prestigious institutions of higher learning, has a history that stretches back further than you might realize. Teaching began at Oxford in 1096 AD, making it one of the oldest universities in continuous operation. Meanwhile, the Aztec civilization, which is often associated with monumental achievements in architecture and astronomy, began much later, around 1428 AD, with the formation of the Triple Alliance that gave rise to the Aztec Empire as we know it. This means Oxford was already educating scholars over 300 years before the Aztecs began building their empire. This historical timeline highlights how history often defies our assumptions about which cultures came first or how civilizations overlapped. It's fascinating to think that while Oxford scholars were studying in cloistered courtyards, the Aztecs were yet to rise, and their grand temples were centuries from being built. This fact serves as a great reminder of how diverse and interconnected our human history truly is. Events happening in Europe at one point could overlap in unimaginable ways with what was happening across the world. In Iceland, Christmas isn't just about Santa. It's about 13 mischievous Yule lads. Starting 13 days before Christmas, these playful figures visit children, leaving treats like candy and small gifts in their shoes if they've been good, or rotten potatoes if they've been naughty. Each Yule lad has a unique personality, from spoon licker to door slammer, adding a touch of humor and folklore to the Icelandic festive season.
In the Philippines, Christmas is celebrated with dazzling parole lanterns, symbolizing the Star of Bethlehem. These beautiful star-shaped lanterns are made from bamboo and paper and light up homes, streets, and churches. The Giant Lantern Festival in San Fernando is a highlight, where enormous and intricate lanterns are displayed, creating a breathtaking celebration of light and community.
In Ukraine, it's considered lucky to decorate Christmas trees with spider webs. This tradition comes from a legend where a poor family had no money for ornaments, but spiders spun beautiful webs to decorate their tree. Today, people add shimmering spiderweb decorations to their trees as a symbol of good luck and prosperity for the coming year.
In Italy, the festive season extends to January 6th, when La Befana, a friendly witch, delivers gifts to children. According to legend, the three wise men invited her to accompany them to visit baby Jesus, but she stayed behind. Regretting her decision, she now flies on her broomstick every year, leaving treats for well-behaved children and coal for the naughty ones. This unique tradition is celebrated with festivals, parades, and plenty of sweet treats.
In 2025, we're evolving. Our channel will now be known as Fun Facts of Our World, leaving behind Did You Know, while keeping all the amazing content you love. We are so excited to share even more incredible facts and stories with you in 2025. Thank you for an amazing year of exploring the world with us.
Happy New Year from Fun Facts of Our World.